Officer, for a brake light violation, you don't have authority to order me out of the vehicle unless you have reasonable suspicion of another crime.
Excuse me? I'm giving you a lawful order.
A broken brake light is an equipment violation. MIMS allows you to order me out, but not without a reasonable cause. What's your justification?
My justification is that I'm a police officer and you need to do what I...
Officer Grant Walker thought this would be just another Tuesday afternoon traffic stop. Pull someone over, flash the badge, maybe run a quick search if he felt like it. He'd done it 1,000 times before, and it always went the same way. People got nervous. They handed over whatever he asked for. They didn't ask questions. But the woman sitting calmly behind the wheel of that silver Honda wasn't like the others. She'd spent the last 12 years teaching law students how to dismantle bad police work in courtrooms. She could recite Fourth Amendment precedent the way most people recite song lyrics, and her dash cam was capturing every single mistake he was about to make. By the time this encounter ended 18 minutes later, Walker would be looking at termination papers, a federal lawsuit, and the complete destruction of his 14-year career. This wasn't just a traffic stop gone wrong. This was about to become required viewing in police academies across the country as the perfect example of what happens when you mess with someone who actually knows the law. Before we dive deeper into this incredible story, I need to ask you something. Where are you watching from right now? Drop your country or state in the comments below. And if you appreciate stories about people who stand up for their rights and know the law, please hit that subscribe button. This story is about to get intense and you won't want to miss a single moment. Thank you. Keisha Randall was 41 years old and had spent the last 12 years teaching constitutional law at Georgetown University. But here's the thing. She wasn't one of those professors who'd gone straight from law school to the classroom. She'd spent 7 years in the trenches first, handling real cases, civil rights litigation, unlawful search defenses, police reform work with the ACLU. She didn't just lecture about Fourth Amendment violations from a textbook. She'd actually fought them in court and won. She knew exactly how cops were trained, what tactics they used, and most importantly, where they consistently screwed up. Keisha was driving home from a conference in Philadelphia where she had presented a paper on police accountability and qualified immunity. It was a Saturday afternoon, traffic was light, and she was in a good mood. She had her music playing, her cruise control set at exactly the speed limit, and she was looking forward to getting home. She wasn't doing anything that would justify being pulled over. Nothing at all. Her car was a 2020 Honda Accord. It was well maintained, recently inspected, and had no mechanical issues. The brake lights worked perfectly. She knew this because she had specifically checked them 2 days earlier when she noticed someone had bumped her car in a parking lot. Both brake lights had been functioning normally. When those lights started flashing behind her, Keisha's first reaction wasn't fear. It was annoyance, mixed with a very specific kind of recognition. She knew what this was. She'd seen it play out in dozens of cases she'd worked on. The pretextual stop, the made-up violation, the escalation that would follow when she didn't immediately fold. And yeah, she knew exactly what demographic pattern was probably driving this encounter. Black woman, nice car, driving alone. She'd literally written academic papers analyzing this exact scenario. Keisha pulled over carefully, signaled, and came to a complete stop on the shoulder. She turned off her engine, placed both hands on the steering wheel at 10 and 2, and waited. Her dash cam was already recording. She had installed it 6 months earlier specifically because of situations like this. The camera faced forward but also captured audio from inside the car. Everything that was about to happen would be documented. Officer Grant Walker was 39 years old with 14 years on the Maryland State Police. And if you looked at his record, which people eventually would, you'd see some interesting patterns. His traffic stops skewed heavily toward black drivers, like statistically impossible to explain by coincidence heavily. Those stops also ran longer, got more invasive, and somehow he always seemed to detect odors or observe suspicious behavior that justified searches. But nobody had actually sat down and crunched those numbers yet. Nobody had connected the dots. He'd been doing this for over a decade, and the system had just let it slide. That was about to change in a major way. Walker approached the driver's side window with the kind of swagger that came from years of people complying immediately with whatever he said. He expected this to be quick. Flash the badge,